The relentless lens of Deion Sanders Jr. How Bucky turned a quadruple shift into a Colorado football mission. Prologue. The man behind the camera. In the Sanders family, the spotlight tends to shine brightest on the field. Dazzling passes from Shedeur, highlight reel hits from Shiloh, sideline swagger from Coach Prime himself. But there's another figure whose grind has been just as relentless, even if it plays out from behind the lens. Deion Sanders Jr., better known as Bucky around Boulder, has become the silent engine that keeps the Sanders media machine and the Colorado Buffaloes brand humming. His camera doesn't just capture highlights. It curates the Sanders legacy, packages it for the world, and delivers it with the kind of polish that makes every moment feel larger than life. And in one extraordinary week, Bucky proved that his hustle isn't just about family. It's about the Buffs, the NFL, and the story he's determined to help tell. Chapter 1. 4 cities, countless stories. They say NFL players are road warriors, but what about the man documenting their journeys? In a span of days, Deion Sanders Jr. pulled off a quadruple shift that would leave even the most seasoned traveler begging for a break. Last weekend, it wasn't just one big event. It was a cascade of landmark moments for former Colorado players, and Bucky was there for every single one. From Cleveland, where Shedeur Sanders made his NFL preseason debut with the Browns, to Baltimore, where LaJohntay Wester announced himself to the league with a game-breaking punt return, to Tampa, where Shiloh Sanders delivered a defensive statement in Buccaneers colors, and finally, back home to Boulder, where the Colorado Buffaloes fall camp was in full swing. Some people chase content. Bucky chased moments and stitched them together into a living, breathing documentary of Sanders-era football. Chapter 2. Baltimore, Wester's breakout and a brother's praise. It started in Baltimore. 6th-round pick LaJohntay Wester, rocking number 83 for the Ravens, turned an August preseason game into a personal showcase. One 87-yard punt return to the house electrified the stadium, a play so clean it could have been pulled straight from a video game. Add in 41 receiving yards, the most by any Raven that day, and it was a performance impossible to ignore. Bucky caught the aftermath on camera. Wester in front of a mic, offering glowing praise for Shedeur Sanders. "He's the type of player that'll change an organization, on and off the field," Wester said. "Total package." It was the kind of cross-locker room loyalty that defines the Sanders circle, an unspoken pact that when one of them shines, the others celebrate just as loudly. Bucky's reaction? A simple, heartfelt, "I love to see it." Chapter 3. Cleveland, Shedeur's first NFL statement. From Baltimore, the lens turned to Cleveland, where Shedeur Sanders was about to face the NFL stage for the first time. 5th-round pick. 4th on the depth chart. Limited reps. The odds weren't in his favor. But when the whistle blew, he played like the moment had been years in the making. 14 completions on 23 attempts, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. Footwork sharp as ever. Composure under pressure. The same pocket awareness Boulder had seen for 2 straight seasons. And then came a post-game exchange destined for viral status. Approaching veteran reporter Tony Grossi, Shedeur delivered with a grin. "Tony, I be hoping you got something positive to say about me. You only say negative stuff about me." And I'm like, "I ain't do nothing to you." Grossi's reply? "I'll be a little more careful." Bucky caught the whole thing. Another gem for well-off media. Another clip that made its way across social media feeds in minutes. Chapter 4. Tampa, Shiloh's defensive stamp. Bucky's next stop. Tampa, where Shiloh Sanders was suiting up for the Buccaneers. The younger Sanders' son made his presence felt early. A clean, hard hit on the quarterback, disciplined coverage, and a poise that hinted at a serious roster push. His game wasn't flashy for highlight reels, but for football minds, it was exactly what a player on the bubble needs to show. And Bucky, of course, was there to capture it. Not just the plays, but the sideline energy, the interactions, the small moments that tell the bigger story. Chapter 5. Back to Boulder, Coach Prime's approval. After days on the road, most people would collapse into bed. Not Bucky. By Saturday morning, he was back in Boulder, standing on the practice field. His father noticed. Coach Prime, never one to let dedication go unrecognized, handed him a brand new pair of Nike sneakers as a birthday gift. "You was just at your brother's game last night and you made it back to practice this morning. That kind of passion deserves some shoestrings," Deion said. It was more than a gift, it was acknowledgement. In the Sanders family, showing up is currency, and Bucky had shown up everywhere. Chapter 6. More than a cameraman. Deion Sanders Jr. is often described as the family cameraman, but that undersells the role. He's a content producer, brand manager, storyteller, and archivist. He's built well-off media into a sports storytelling force, turning raw football footage into cinematic narratives that pull fans deeper into the Sanders universe. And he's done it while covering more ground than most NFL beat reporters, navigating airports, stadium tunnels, and practice fields with the same ease as he navigates editing software. Chapter 7. The bigger picture, Colorado football's place in 2025. Amid all this travel, Bucky hasn't lost sight of Boulder. Colorado enters the 2025 season unranked in the AP poll, despite last year's leap from 4 to 8 to 9 to 4. For outsiders, it's a snub. For the Sanders crew, it's fuel. "I don't think anybody over here expected to be ranked," Bucky said, summing it up in classic Sanders fashion. No excuses, no frustration, just quiet confidence. It's the same attitude that helped turn a 1-11 program into a winning team in 2 seasons. Chapter 8. Why the AP voters are skeptical. The caution from AP voters isn't baseless. Colorado lost its 2 brightest stars this offseason. Travis Hunter, 2024 Heisman winner, number 2 overall NFL draft pick. Shedeur Sanders, 2024 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award winner, Browns rookie quarterback. That's over 5,300 yards of offense gone, plus the swagger and leadership that came with it. Replacing that kind of production is never easy. Chapter 9. The QB battle in Boulder. Still, Coach Prime's philosophy has always been about the long game. And in 2025, the quarterback room is far from settled. It's a duel between Kaidon Salter and freshman Julian Lewis for QB1. Both bring different strengths. Salter's experience and mobility, Lewis's arm talent and raw potential. For Bucky, it's another storyline to document. The birth of a new chapter in Colorado football. Chapter 10. The season opener and the road ahead. The Buffs open against Georgia Tech on August 29th, a game that could set the tone for the entire season. The first whistle will signal more than just the start of a schedule. It will mark the moment this new-look Colorado team begins to answer the doubters. And Bucky will be there, just as he was in Cleveland, in Baltimore, in Tampa, because his mission isn't just to film football. It's to make sure the story of the Buffaloes is told the way the Sanders family believes it should be. Bold, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore. Epilogue. The quadruple shift that says it all. If you want to understand Deion Sanders Jr., don't just look at his videos. Look at his calendar. For cities, 3 NFL debuts, 1 college camp, 0 missed moments. In a family where the camera never stops rolling, Bucky isn't just the man behind the scenes, he's part of the action. And in Boulder, that might be just as important as what happens between the hash marks. Because in 2025, Colorado isn't just playing for wins. They're playing for attention. And with Bucky on the job, they're guaranteed to have it.